Welcome to My Safe Word is More. My name is Al Jackson, but that is unimportant. What is important is that I am joined by a two-time Survivor contestant, a one-time amazing racer, but an all-the-time contestant in my heart and on this show. Shout out. Welcome to My Safe Word is More, and welcome to the Duchess of our show, Mrs. Corinne Kaplan. Corinne, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
We are down Chris Clark today because he is back in Wisconsin, but we are going to carry on without him. And he is missing an extraordinary episode. So
He is.
I want you to remember a couple episodes back where I casually mentioned Yoni Massages.
Yes, I that was one of the episodes I listened to twice on my travels.
So I feel like when I did that, you were like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. And I said on that episode, my friend Bailey will know where to get it, what's going on with it. And so, of course, she listened to the episode and was like, I got you. So I'm going to go into some detail about Yoni Massages.
Well, you went into some detail last time, too.
I know. Well, yes, I accidentally got one. And we're going to also go through something. I would be curious if you know what this is. I guess I'll tell you now, but don't answer.
Okay.
Have you, just say yes or no. Have you ever heard of Rubmaps?
Yes.
You have.
I'm a stand-up comic. Yes.
Okay. Because I had not. So we're going to get into that. And then we have a Grindr review written in the style of your Yelp reviews.
Ooh.
We're going to get into that. And then I have a new little segment that's it's an offshoot of something else in Louisiana. I don't want to spoil it. We'll get to it later. So let's get right into this. So Bailey's like, listen, I found out that Boulder is a hotbed. I mean, you might have guessed, for this type of massage.
Yes, I could.
And so she says to me, she goes, oh yeah. She goes, years ago, I'm talking like 10 years ago. She goes, years ago, I found out there was a place in Boulder and it was like $15 and you could go, orgasm, and leave. So she was like trying to map out if she could make it there before work. She's like, I mean, I'd go 3 times a week before work if that was $15. And so she ended up, And so she ended up not doing this, but she did a ton of research into it. And so she was like, I'm going to find this website for you where this website now services out where all these practitioners are. So it's called Sacred Eros, Eros. I'm assuming that's Greek for something.
It's love.
It is?
Yes, I think so. Wasn't it the goddess of love? Eros?
I do not know. Okay, so this is the Global Directory of Tantra and Sacred Sexuality Professionals. And here's what they specialize in: Tantra, sensual touch, sex coaching, BDSM.
It's a leap.
Right. Surrogate partner.
My coach told me to shut up and get in my cage.
Yeah, okay, so I just was thinking, this whole time, the problem I'm having understanding is it's just prostitution. I'm unclear. You're exchanging sexual acts for money. And I definitely have no problem with that. I just don't understand why the law doesn't apply to the female side of things.
Because
men can't legally have happy endings. They are straight up advertising Yoni Massages all over the country on this site.
I can answer that. It's because it's all totally made up. It's like, I can't go get a prostitute and have sex with her. I'm breaking the law. But if I film having sex with that prostitute, it's porn and it's totally legal.
Oh.
This is all just made up.
Oh. Well, why doesn't everyone just film it?
Well, because they have wives. Oh. And they don't want to destroy everything they've built, would be one reason.
This reminds me of when I was in college. I'm very scared of the police. I always have been. I don't like to be in trouble. And so I
said the white woman to the black man.
I have always had a healthy fear of police. And I scalped my tickets for the football games in college. And we were national champions when I started school there. So I would stand there in the street and I would scalp the ticket. But what I would do every time, I don't even know if this was the real, this really worked or not. I never got in trouble, but you go, okay, I have a ticket to the Tennessee game. It's going to be $425. And then the rich alumni you're talking to goes, well, that's not what you say. You say, I'm selling you this pen for $425 and I'm going to give you this ticket to the game with it.
Right.
That's what we would do every time we sold tickets. I have no idea if that really absolves you from scalping.
I think it's the same way because when I first got on the road, when Craigslist was big, there would be headliners that I would talk to, and after you've done a couple days, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll just get a girl from Craigslist." And I was so naive. I was like, "You could get prostitutes on Craigslist?" And this guy showed me. I'll never forget. We were in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in a hotel, and he showed me all these ads, and it was 300 roses, and I was like,
Oh
"What does
yeah.
300 roses mean?"
Yeah.
Like I was such a square.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's the same
So
as
that
300
is
pens.
right. Okay, so I've highlighted some things on this website that I thought would be most interesting. So this is the person that's saying what they're offering. Connect to your sexual energy through breath work and ecstatic movement practices. So fingering.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
Oh, see, I'm thinking of it from a male perspective. So I'm like, ecstatic movement of my penis. That doesn't sound great. But yeah.
Explore methods of accessing your pleasure using touch and conscious kink.
Oh,
How else would you interpret that?
I guess, but so if you go get a happy ending as a woman, is a woman giving it to you or a man?
We'll get to that. Good question. It could be either. Allow my practiced intuitive wisdom to touch you through my words and hands, guiding your body, mind, and emotions to release blockages, focus on the present. So this is what I don't understand. Like they're not being that secretive. So this person writes, I guide transformational sexual practice, which allow you to experience the vibration of creation, opening the crown and the root, Taoist and Tantric, real, encompassing every aspect of living, how we breathe, eat, sleep, work, play. A powerful service I offer is sacred, reverent, and consensual.
I should hope so.
Yoni, Lingham, and Gouda massage, where I respectfully hold space for you to experience yourself, move with trauma to become more whole. I shamanically take the role of a guide and embodied support using tantric techniques to move with any sexual blocks that may exist within you.
Techniques.
Now, here's the deal. Do you know what Yoni, Lingham, and Gouda are?
Besides types of cheese?
Okay, so he writes in parentheses, in case you don't know. Yoni, Lingham, and Gouda are the sacred Sanskrit words for the genitals, respectfully, the vagina, penis, and anus.
We got it with genitals, but yes, thank you for breaking it down.
This is the most obvious
but
exchange of sexual favors for money.
But we are a sex negative culture. You probably would not find this in France or in, the Netherlands. They would be a lot more straight up with it. Here, our sexuality is masked. So like, instead of like when you're walking around in Amsterdam and you look in a shop window and there's a double dildo just hanging in the window, here, our sexuality is like a cheerleader takes a bite of a cheeseburger and like smiles and goes, "That's delicious." She ain't talking about the cheeseburger, and you know that, and I know that. So we need to be bullshitted here. And you, as a rich white woman in Boulder, whose husband is not hitting that G-spot, you need to go pay for an orgasm, but you can't say that. So you need tantric Lingham, Yoni, open your crown to your and then you can go get your orgasm because you're mentally, you don't feel like you're engaging in prostitution, which you 100% are.
Well, so then I start reading the reviews. Now, I'm going to double back to your question. So there are women and men on here, but the men are old men with white long hair, like not men you want touching you.
Like people you find at like a nudist resort or a little bit higher end.
No, nudist resort. The women are hot.
Really?
But they have names. I don't know why I only screenshot 2 of them. There's way more. Witch Hazel, Raven Song.
Oh.
Mistress Serena. Yeah, they have like everyone's got an alter ego apparently.
Yeah, it's called an alias so the cops don't tackle you when you leave. Yeah, we got an APB on Wild Rose. Yeah, get out of here, Ashley.
I wish I could. Let's see. I mean, okay.
Yeah, okay, I want to hear these.
All right. So, So first I'm going to tell you. Okay. First, I'm going to give you an example of what somebody wrote, like as this guy Max, like one of his reviews. This is what someone wrote, and tell me you do not want to fucking strangle this person. Max is a magician. His lithe hands dance across my body with love and reverence, inspiring ecstasy within me. His touch and presence guide me through vulnerable places where I'm in authentic connection with myself. His sanctuary is solemn, graced by relics and fragrances of Tantra. I write this from immense gratitude.
Oh, yeah, she got 2 pops. Yeah, that, I mean, don't, and let's not act like there's not a follow-up fuck after this. People fuck their trainer and they're just helping you with your triceps.
Exactly.
She's like, okay, let's move this to the real location. Yes, aka my husband's out of town. I mean, hey, shout out to Max.
I'm so annoyed that I can't find where you just look at because there's.
Well, while you're looking, I will say this: it does make sense.
I mean, I have something else very important to tell you, but this is just me trying to find more names.
Yes. Well, I will say this: it does make sense that a woman is writing this because, as opposed to women that take the time to learn their bodies, every woman I talk to says that they orgasm differently or can only orgasm like this or like that. Guys don't take the time to learn a woman's body at all. So I'm sure that there are women that have been in long-term relationships and she's like, he has no idea, he's never made me come. And so she's got to go see Max and his magical fingers.
Yeah. So most of them are women. There's, like I said, just a handful of men, and they are disgusting. So here's some of the other names. Okay. Ms. Silver Aster, Copper, Lila Nix, I can't pronounce that. Tantrana.
Oh my God.
Raven Aries, Mistress Chi, Inanna. There must be something with the Ilnana. Like
I was about to say it sounds a little Kim esque.
Yeah. Godex Electra, Temple of Living Art, Domina Lynn, Witch Hazel, as previously mentioned, Anastasia Grace.
I guarantee you all these women have that tattoo in the middle of the boobs.
Yes.
They all have it.
Oh, that's such a good reference. Okay, so here's the craziest part, Al. I don't even know how to. I can't tell you her name, but okay. So here's what happens. I'm scrolling through, just doing my due diligence as we have a podcast.
Next thing you know, Raven's claws got 4 fingers in me.
No, but I fucking fully know somebody who's featured on this page.
Oh.
Yes. And after this break, we will get into that.
What?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going through and I'm looking at the pictures of the women, and all of a sudden I see a person I definitely know.
Wow.
Like, I know her. She went to my birthday dinner. Like, I know her. And I was like, I always knew she did like some kind of weird therapy. Like, I didn't understand the extent of it. And I want to be clear. I am not like, good for you. Like, I'm not shading this. I just, you don't often realize that.
How well, like, is her number in your phone?
Yes, but I didn't know her that well. She's a friend of my close friend. And so I had this very small birthday dinner STK that she came to, and I really liked her. I liked her so much at dinner because that was the first introduction I'd had to her.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was like, oh, can I bring so-and-so? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. And she came, I liked her. We ended up exchanging numbers. We exchanged Instagram, and her Instagram was real weird. Like, I mean, she's a little out there. She's really tatted up, but she's beautiful. And I didn't think much of it. And then I just see her fucking face on this site.
No doubt about it, it's her.
Yeah, it's her.
Okay.
She's featured. Like on the, like, there are certain practitioners that are featured on like the top of the site. Like if I go to the home button, and she's one of them. Like, she's this one.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's right here. And her name is not her name in real life.
I gathered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's thought of everything.
She's listed as a somatic sexologist.
Somatic means sleep, right?
Yeah, isn't soma sleep?
I thought so.
I don't know.
No.
She says,
it's called summer camp.
Yeah. I welcome, let's see. Well, the screenshot I took is not giving me very much. But what I did screenshot that I thought you might be interested in is, I was wondering this whole time, like, well, where's the pricing? Because obviously every practitioner, they tell you under the frequently asked questions, like, it's up to the practitioner. I was just curious what my actual friend is charging.
Right.
So I have her rates.
Did it say pricing based on what kind of car you pull up in?
Well, so what do you think? What do you think it costs for 2 hours?
For 2 hours?
Because there's a 2-hour minimum on all sessions.
This is in Boulder? A 2-hour minimum? What is the 3.5 minute? Like, can I just go? I would say 2 hours in Boulder. Rich white people.
No. She's actually, so she used to live here. She's actually in Austin, Texas now. So if that makes a difference, she's doing this pouring out of Texas.
Yeah, I will say that she is a minimum of 400.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
She's $2,000. It's
Shut
$1,000 an
your
hour.
mouth right now.
$1,000 an hour.
Shut your mouth.
Now let me ask you,
Shut up.
if you come in the first
No.
10 minutes, you're paying fucking $2,000.
And trust me, you are coming in the first 10 minutes.
If she's
What do
any
you think
good
she's
at her
gonna let
job.
you hang? Hey, do you want to watch Old School? Yeah, no, you gotta go. And I'll tell you what she's gonna do. I have a friend of mine that he was really big into this. Ironically, Asian dude, lived in Texas, had the funniest massage stories, but he told me there were masseuses that would be like, in your hour, you get the whole hour. So if you come quickly, you can stay. But he was like, first of all, he's like, they do not adhere to that. And if you're trying to hold out,
Yeah.
they break out like a massager and put that underneath
In your asshole?
No. Well, you should be a training manager. No, they just put it like, I guess, near the head, and he was like, that's it.
Oh, game over.
And so they're like, oh, looks like you came 49 minutes early. Well,
yeah.
See you later. You wouldn't want the cops to show up, would they? Rob? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, there's more. So 2 hours is 2,000, as you might imagine. 4 hours is 4,000. Overnight or a whole day is 10,000.
Okay, overnight. Is that what we're doing here?
I don't know. Is she working the whole night or does she sleep? Do you sleep? Or is this just an all night thing?
I think this is
10 grand.
I'm a guy who travels for business. I make 800,000. I make $1 million for a year. I hate every second of my life. My kids have me in their phone as do not pick up, and I have a lot of extra money, and I want to take some arm candy to this casino night for my company. So you call her up
and pretend,
you get, and she pretends to know your name at the party, and then,
Then she says FMTY. I had to Google what this was. What do you think FMTY is? And that is an 8-hour minimum.
FMTY. Female, male, touch you. Thanks.
Fly me to you.
Oh.
So if you want to import pussy, you can, but there's an 8-hour minimum.
Yeah, Jesus.
So it's at least 8 grand. And then lastly, if you're a couple, there's an additional 500.
Oh.
And then you can inquire about retainers and monthly packages.
Would you shut the fuck? What is she? The fucking Johnny
This is
Cochran?
a person that I could text if I wanted to right now. And I had no idea. Again, at least she's a good prostitute.
She'll write back, can't talk, call me in 8 hours. Yeah, I mean, here's my question for you, since we always have these random questions. Okay, overnight, what does that constitute? Does that mean she can be out at 8? Does that mean I get brunch with you? Is that 10 a.m.? What is overnight? Because is she leaving at 12:01 a?
Right. Is it exactly 24 hours? Like if this
because that's a day.
Yeah, but like, oh yeah, wait, 24 hours? No, it must be 12 hours. I get here at 8 p.m. I leave by 8 a.m. She's not staying until 8 p.m. the next day.
But then that would, like, I guess, what if I don't know. I would be sitting there trying to figure. I'd be like, instead of overnight, can I get 3 2-hour packages in 1.5 hours?
Yeah, it does say overnight or whole day. So you don't get both.
Whole day?
Whole day.
So right during nighttime when I get horny, she's out?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
She comes over bright and early at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Gone by 5.
She's there as I'm writing bills out and talking to my aunt. Yeah, this is such a weird situation with the retainer and everything. I mean, really, she's a sugar baby.
Well,
what's the difference? You're getting flued out.
I don't think sugar babies always hook up. Sometimes they never even meet. Sometimes it's like they just, like, what is it called? The financial abuse or whatever, where you're like
a pay pig.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
The fact I was able to answer that
so
quickly lets you know that I am a strange bird. But a pay pig, I don't think that there's really the power dynamic is with your finances. I would think a sugar baby is more in line with what we're talking about. I'm a rich businessman. I don't have time to be chasing you girls on Bumble. 10 grand and you'll go to the casino night with me? Okay, good. He's used to closing deals. And same with, like, successful women, I'm sure.
They give you an allowance every week.
But you're working for that allowance.
Oh.
Part of that is ice for your jaw. Yeah. Yeah. They always go, yeah, we don't always hook up with our clients. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. You keep telling yourself that. And it's fine. I mean, look,
You
You
don't
can
end
pay
up
for
on
anything in this country.
yeah.
You want to pay for that shirt, you can do it. You can pay for a machine gun if you want to.
Mhm.
The more legal it is, the more expensive it is. And sometimes when it's like skipping the line of legal and illegal, you just use flowery language and it's usually okay.
Well, so you said you know what Rubmaps is. Why don't
Yes.
you tell our friends here
Rub
what
maps
it
is you can go online and you can find out which one of the massage parlors in your neighborhood is a Jack Shack.
Yes, and it's a paid service. The headline on the site says where fantasy meets reality, and let me tell you, there are so many spots in like a 5-mile radius of us. Like Colorado is a hotbed for this.
Really?
So many. Now I don't have a membership, and I didn't buy one for the purposes of this story. But I did.
I did. I've
just
had a
for this.
membership since 2009 because I knew this was coming.
So I saw somebody commented because I saw this originally on Are We Dating? So this is what this person wrote in. This is how I found out my husband was cheating. I saw the charge on his credit card for Rubmaps and subscribed to find out what it was. I was horrified by the descriptions rating masseuses on factors such as vaginal tightness and menus of sexual acts they will do and what they cost. My husband played in the bands at our church. No one would have suspected he was involved in this.
Wow.
So yeah, Rubmaps.
I just thought Rubmaps was just the
No.
Asian massage. It's for like prostitutes.
It's only for happy endings. But I guess
what does your vaginal tightness have to do with
because
that?
maybe you're fingering her during.
Maybe she's giving you a happy ending with her vagina.
Yeah, I think so.
As I think.
But apparently there are like they each get rated on all these categories, which is far more interesting than just we think rub and tugs are going on here.
Do you know what's so sad about both of us is most people go on here because they just want to have sex with a broken woman. And my first thought is like, I want to go on and watch a woman's vaginal tightness rating go down every year.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
Just like
that's not a constant.
You're what? No. Because like you start out, you're young, you're hot Corinne, and you're like a 9.9, and then smash cut 2027.
Yeah.
People, there's a decimal point in there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, I have a very interesting new Louisiana group to get into. All right, so I had forgotten that I promised Al for 2 episodes now that I would read him this Grindr review, and I teased it at the front of the episode. So we're getting into that real quick. So this was sent in, and this is a Grindr review, but it's like written like one of your Yelp reviews. And since we're on the topic of sex and whatnot, I thought this would be appropriate. Grindr is one of the worst apps to ever exist. The ads jump in and play at the most ridiculous times. There is no engineering genius behind any of these features, including now losing the ability to block people who are clearly bots, because also Grindr has a really bad problem with bots. And to top it all off, for the bottoms, the subscription service isn't worth any amount of money, let alone the outrageous amount they charge for it. So did you know?
I didn't know that there was so much anger.
But the bottoms are getting that it's not worth it for the bottoms. It's worth it for the tops.
Wait, there's a lot more bottoms on there than tops?
This person says, and to top it all off,
no pun intended,
for the bottoms, the subscription service isn't worth any amount of money, let alone the outrageous amount they charge for it. I think because bottoms are harder to find, maybe.
Are they?
Most of my friends are bottoms, so I
always thought there were more bottoms than tops. And I thought that's what he was saying. He was like, it's not worth it for us bottoms because there's nothing but
because there's not enough tops. Right. You might be right.
It's like a nightclub where you're like, there's all dudes in here.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, well, I will just say to this man, we're
not done.
Future. Oh, good. Okay.
Grindr knows it has a monopoly on the gay community, being the gatekeeper of sex and destroyer of love. Hopefully, one of these days, capitalism will work its wonders and some other company will finally crash the ski mask. Until then, do better. What does that mean, the ski mask?
Is that the logo? What's the Grindr logo?
You might be right. What is I only know, I call it Paw Patrol, the bear site. Hold on.
Is it? Oh.
Grindr. Yes.
Okay, because I used to do a segment
done.
on my radio show, Bob and Tom, where I would go through the apps and have the host guess what it was.
Oh.
So that's where I learned about the Raw
That's
app.
That's a funny bit.
And there's so many apps for just bald men. If you're into that, apps for black men that want white women. There's apps for everything. So I'm just surprised that almost like nightclubs are like, hey, there are too many dudes in here, so we're gonna do ladies' night, or you can't come in unless you've got 3 girls with you, like they do in Miami.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been an app to kind of use to notice this problem and be like, yo, like there's nothing but tops in this bitch.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps that's what you should work on.
Yeah. What if I become a billionaire doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into this. So I've mentioned this casually before, but my brother, who we can all thank for introducing me to Go Naked, because he lives in Louisiana and he had a bunch of nurses at his hospital that love that page.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, he goes, if you really want to see some shit, join one of the neighborhood groups for Ascension Parish, which is apparently the worst.
Okay.
And so I joined it, but I was like, oh, it's depressing, but like not in a funny way. It's a lot of people that are like, I need a ride to my probation office. Can anyone give me a ride? Like, it's just.
Is this coming from the woman that wanted to go overseas and just walk around poor people's
Yes.
homes? Okay. And this was
Now,
depressing for you.
I just want you to know. No. I should. Sorry. I understood when I was reading this that I couldn't use it as content. Well, I like it. I go in there all the time. I like to know how these people are living. I do.
Not great. Good.
Not
See you
great.
tomorrow.
I just didn't think it would make for content that everyone would enjoy. But I've pulled a few things off the page that were just kind of wacky and fun. And so I thought we would do those today.
All right.
All right. So the first one is, we found a newborn rat or mouse and don't want it to die. Can anyone take it?
Oh my God.
And it's like just like a freshly born, as this person says, rat or mouse.
By the way, it doesn't look like it's living.
Who's going to be like, oh my God, yes, let me come to your house and let me nurse this fucking rodent back to.
And if they're doing it, they're going to feed it to their snake.
Right.
100%.
Yes.
What are you going to teach it to read sign language? Like, yeah, that's let's get some
it's just, you guys,
fluids in this one.
If you aren't watching us on video, please, I'm going to put this picture up because you don't understand how striking it is.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. So you can watch us at My Safe Word Is More on YouTube or on Spotify. You just need to see this in order to get the joke. Okay, second one. My cat has been stuck up in a tree for over a week.
Get out of here.
It's about 40 feet up. The fire department didn't have a ladder. Can anyone help? It's been a week.
Oh, don't worry. It'll get hungry and gravity will help.
It's been a week and now you're going to, the page is called What's Going On in Ascension Parish. A week?
Yeah.
How long can a cat live in a tree?
And it can't get down?
No. There's a photo of it. Not very good photo, but.
Yeah. I just like, first of all, I think the bigger concern is your fire department doesn't have the right ladder.
But the fire department was like, oh, sorry. Don't you have cherry pickers? Fire trucks, intrinsically, they can go high up.
Right.
All the way up.
There's a fire. Where is it? It's in the building. I can't.
Feet. No.
Yeah, no.
Let it burn.
Wait till it comes down. 3rd floor, we're going to kill the fuck out of that fire. Wait till it gets down here, bro.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that is and also by the time somebody answers that with, I don't know what to do, I think the cat's
long dead.
Yeah.
Okay. This person says, this may be a silly question, but is there anywhere that can baptize me any day of the week, like today or tomorrow? My spirit is really heavy right now.
And also I'm about to turn myself in. That's part of it too. Yeah.
Like,
trying to clear that conscience.
Look, you guys, admittedly, I don't know anything about baptism, but it is not my understanding that it comes in the flavor of urgent.
Impromptu baptism.
Today or tomorrow.
Oh my God. I wonder what he did. I wonder what's going on.
I don't know. And then lastly, and this is just a throwback to my ski joring. This person said, does anyone know if Tiger Tavern figured out how to make the Bloody Mary daiquiri? We'll be there on Friday and we would like one.
And guess what? It doesn't matter. We're going to get blackout anyway.
A Bloody Mary daiquiri? Sweetie, no, that's not a thing.
That's just like when you're drunk and you only like 2 things and you're like, what if I mash them together?
Salty and sweet. What has rum?
Oh
what
my
has
God.
Vodka?
That is so ridiculous.
But she's saying it like it's a specialty that they have.
Or call the fucking tavern.
Right.
Hey, bartender, can you put alcohol in a glass in these proportions? Sure. Can you tip me? Great.
You guys, it took me a long time to just mind those because like I said, most of the posts are just really just kind of sad and not in like a funny way. But every now and then I'm like, Wait, why your cat's been in a tree for a week?
A week.
Fucking week.
I would think like after the first night, somebody's like, what are you going to do about your cat? I'm like, whatever I was going to do, it's already happened.
But like, also, what a stupid cat.
Yeah.
You went all the way up 40 feet without any plan to get back down. This is why I don't like cats.
That's very weird. And if it's an outdoor cat, it's fine. It'll figure it out.
I'm assuming it's not supposed to be, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, but then you shouldn't have its claws. It got up there because it's like been kicking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I go back to my original in the last podcast statement. Kittens, very cute. Cats, no use for them.
No use for them.
None.
But you know what? People have a use for this podcast.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because it's not a podcast just about life. That would be effing ridiculous. Why do people listen?
They listen to figure out whose friend is prostituting on Sacred Arrows.
Check us out on Rubmaps.
Yes.
Love y'all.